Good evening, everybody in sunny Portadown. Yeah, we're live here from Spain. Joe's live from Greece. Alison's live in England. We've got people here from different parts of the world, and yeah, really appreciate everyone coming along this evening. For those of you who are here for the first time tonight, you're really in for a special treat because we're going to share some amazing news with you about this business and this company that we've been part of for about 21 months now. And, it has been totally life-changing for us. It has allowed us to move out here to Spain. Chris and his wife are now enjoying the fruits of the business as well, as are many of you that we will hear from later this evening. But I just want to touch on a few things before we start the presentation because, more and more people are under pressure. More and more people are under not just financial pressure, but work pressure. I've met quite a few people lately that are making a lot of money, but they've no quality of life. They've no life balance. They're working long hours. Really, we're here for a good time, not a long time. And I think we have to make the best of it. And certainly one of the things that we want to share with you here tonight is the opportunity to make money work for you. Because, the wealthy and the elite and the super rich, money works for them. They don't work for their money. And our education system is purposely geared the way it is to make sure that we trade time for money. Money doesn't work for us. But our CEO, whom I'm going to meet in the next few weeks, thankfully, is of the belief that everyone deserves the right to financial freedom. But in a lot of cases, people don't have access to be able to make that happen because it's usually restrictive by a big entry fee or a lot of money to get started. So we're going to share a business model with you here this evening that's very, very simple. I'm going to keep it very simple because effectively, you can do this totally passively and it will take maybe 5 or 10 minutes a week of your time, or you can get engaged the way many of you in the room are doing this evening and help many other people to do that as well. So I'm going to start the presentation. We will be taking questions and then Chris is going to hear from a few people in the room that this has been very, very beneficial for us. So let me share my screen. We'll get started. And I'm going to take us through a short presentation. So we are actually part of quite a dynamic team within the business called the Power Team. And it's all about culture, community, and unity. And that's one of the things about network marketing, or as some people like to call it, one of those pyramid things, because yes, I'm not ashamed or scared to say that it is a pyramid, but it's an inverted pyramid. So please open your minds and listen to what I'm about to say, because you can actually do better than anybody else. We'll look at a visual later of the corporate pyramid, and I think when you see that, it'll make you laugh and make you realize that, yes, we're all part of something very, very different. So we're going to show you how success in the global Forex market is literally a few mouse clicks away. And some of you may or may not know what that is, but we have people even in their 80s and 90s who are now making a success of this business. So anybody can do this if you want to. And why Forex? Well, there's a number of reasons why Forex, and we'll go into that a little bit now, because basically Forex, the company have merged two major trending industries today. One is the e-learning industry, which has really came in vogue over the last 18, 20 months during the whole COVID pandemic. And more people and companies, businesses, education, they're realizing that people can work from home, they can work remotely, and that's why e-learning has grown dramatically. And we have a product in the e-learning sector for the Forex market that will actually become the first government accredited product for the industry that we'll talk about further during the presentation. But it's an industry that they reckon will be worth about 325 billion by 2025. I'd be very surprised if we're not approaching that figure right now, given the events of the last 18 months. And then we look at the money markets. And, most people are familiar with stocks and shares. The stocks and shares, Wall Street is about $20 billion a day. Then we look at equities, 190 billion a day. Futures, about 437 billion. But these totally pale into insignificance in comparison to the global Forex market, because every country in the world trades money. And they trade that 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So, it doesn't matter whether it's starting in Australia and finishing up in America, the market is running 24 hours every day during the working week. And this is the largest, most profitable, recession-proof industry in the world. And it's worth over 5.3 trillion per day. And in fact, it's now reputed to be worth well over $6 trillion a day. And for those of you that have never seen 12 zeros in your bank account like ourselves, that's what that looks like. It's 12 zeros in the bank account. And literally, to put that into perspective, before COVID wrecked the travel industry, that entire industry, encompassing every element of it, was worth about 8.8 trillion a year. So here we've got an industry worth 6 trillion a day. And it's very, very hard to actually comprehend the enormity of that. But needless to say, if you've ever been to Canary Wharf or Manhattan or Wall Street, you'll know that the size of those buildings, they make huge, huge profits. They just never share it with us. So we're going to look at why CFX. And CFX started in July 2019. They've now over 28 months of consistency. They've had well over 800,000 payouts. And in fact, I think they've paid out about $800 million so far to the members. They've got a 90% plus positive trade execution. And the reason for that, a lot of people say, oh, well, do they never lose? Yes, we do. But because of a very high risk management strategy, we're only losing about 10% of our trades. And the company are now operating and have members in over 200 countries worldwide, spanning several continents. A little bit about us. We definitely have got something different and something new, very refreshing indeed. The company was founded by Huáscar Lopez, who's the CEO, and Edwin Abad. And Huáscar is a serial entrepreneur. He's a billionaire in his own right. He's a professional crypto trader. At one point was making about 1,000 Bitcoin a day. He's got a huge property portfolio, manufacturing businesses. And for me, one of the most important aspects is that he has about 10 years experience in network marketing. And that actually gave him and fueled the vision and his belief that everybody should have the right to financial freedom. And when you see the business model that they've created here, it has absolutely, it will and is revolutionizing this industry, because some of the things that they've done have never, ever been done or seen before in the networking arena. Edwin is head of trading and VP of operations. He has a lot of success and a huge background, very successful background in engineering. But that helped him develop the skills required to get involved with trading. And we're looking forward to meeting him at the end of the month. The global headquarters, this is a 10,000 square foot facility that the company have purchased outright. It's on the 9th floor of the RBS Tower. And in fact, they had the grand opening ceremony on the 25th of September. So the folk in London were lucky enough to be there, but it was a huge event, and we're all looking forward to the member trips starting sometime late January. But they have an open door policy, and we'll welcome all the members to use the facility. It will also be a great arena for the training for our academy as well. Just to give you an idea of the sort of results that we're achieving, you'll see that from January right through, we've never dropped below 20% per month for our members. So on average, we're getting around 6% per week, which is ridiculous when you compare to the institutional alternatives. Someone made a comment there recently that what we're achieving in a week would take 11 and a half years to get the same return from the bank. So it's a little bit of a no-brainer when you see what we can actually get you set up for and started here. So let's look at the ways you can do this. First of all, you can literally become a customer with Bear Capital, where it's totally passive participation. You purchase a contract and the company will pay you the weekly results until you get double the contract value back. And the time frame is variable because we get different results every week, but typically that'll be somewhere between 8 to 10 months for you to double your money. And I mean, that's quite incredible, as I say, when you compare that to the institutional alternatives. Then we look at Bull Capital, which is for those who, and these are basically a play on words with the marketing, because you're either in a bear market or a bull market. So a bear market, the Bear Capital is for people that just want to make their money work. The Bull Capital is for people that want to go to work. And I know Chris and many other people are now full-time in this business. And that is thanks to the amazing reward structure that we have within CashFX to give us the Bull Capital. And that encompasses fast start, uni level, matching bonus, and leadership rank bonuses. And that will actually allow you to earn an additional 2 times the contract value. And we'll look at that a little bit more closely later. The rank levels, like any structure, the more value you bring to more people, then the further up the ranks you go. And, you know, we've had an amazing month with some incredible rank achievements in the last couple of weeks. We'll be hearing from some of those people on the call this evening. But literally, the more volume, the more points make prizes, prizes make ranks. So we'll look at that. So here's how this works. First of all, if you want to be just a passive customer and put your money to work, you know, if we look at the banks, savings, pensions, ISAs, credit union, premium bonds, etc., you're getting virtually zero return on your money. In fact, the banks are now moving towards negative interest. But here, if you start with a $1,000 contract and it's just pure Bear Capital, 70% of your contract goes into your trading account. And that's what you will get paid on the weekly returns until you get double the contract value, which will be $2,000. And we look at the options that you have whenever you reach that in a moment or two, but effectively you're getting double your money, and literally all you're doing is going to sleep and waking up every day and seeing that there's more money there when you get out of bed than there was when you went to bed. For those who wish to engage in the Bull Capital and sharing this with others, whether it's family members, work colleagues, etc., then you can earn an additional amount. But the other 30% is a reward. Effectively, it covers the cost of the product, but because the company makes so much money from the trading, they don't take any cost dollars from us for the product whatsoever. So half of that is actually paid out as a fast start bonus. So if I introduce someone and they take a $1,000 contract, I make $150, not just once, but every single time they upgrade or buy a new contract. The other $150 or 50% gets divided into the uni level bonus to reward the network. And we'll look at the results of that in the uni level plan. So you can effectively earn 200% on Bull Capital and 200 on Bear Capital. So you could earn up to 400%, which would be $4,000 on your $1,000 contract. This has given us a roadmap to show how if people start with $300, they can literally get their way up to a $100,000 contract over just over a 5-year period without ever introducing anyone. And it's quite remarkable, you know, that if someone starts, I remember I spoke to a lady before we came over here in September. Her son was going to university last month. And I said to her, look, most kids are coming out of university with 30 or 40 grand's worth of debt. If you started a $500 account for him today, in 5 years' time, he'll have a $100,000 account paying $3,500 a week. Now, certainly there's not many university students coming out, even with a master's degree, that will be earning $3,500 a week. So it's pretty compelling when you look at how simple this is and how quickly it can accumulate. Now we look at the uni level structure, and for those of you who are familiar with the networking environment, uni level is a very, very popular payment structure. It's very fair, and it's one that allows everybody to achieve. But I've very, very rarely seen, if any commission plan that allows you to earn 4 levels at 10% without any qualification whatsoever. And that means that if I introduce Mary and she introduces Ruth, and Ruth introduces Kay, and Kay introduces someone, we all get paid. And you get paid 4 levels without any rank advancement whatsoever. However, if you help enough people and you get up to the executive level, which in my opinion is that's the most important rank to get to, you get 100% pay rise on levels 5 and 6, and you now get 20%. The other levels for each rank, whether it's manager, director, president, ambassador, or global ambassador, go up in 5% increments right through to level 10. And the gold ranks get infinity bonuses between 1 and 2% from level 11 right through to infinity. So for example, if I introduce someone and they buy a $1,000 contract, I make $150 fast start. But in the uni level, I get 10% of the other 150, which is $15. So that's level 1 here. If that person is in my level 5, I get $30. If they're on my level 7, I would get $7.50. And believe me, when you start to see how quickly those amounts accumulate, you can see how people can actually amass a fairly substantial sum pretty quickly. When you climb up the ranks, the company reward you right through from executive level right through to the president level. I was very fortunate to hit president in February this year. And for that, the company actually rewarded me with a brand new Porsche, which we're happily driving and enjoying the benefits of it. But it's there for everyone. We just had another member of our team qualify this week for a Porsche. And there's a few on the way as well. So, we've really got a business model here that allows everyone to start with as little as $300. You can put your money to work for you. In week 1, you will start earning. It's the first time ever in this industry I've seen a company where 100% of people involved are making money from the first week. And I've never, ever seen any business where there's no attrition, there's no monthly fees, there's no costs after you've started, apart from the fact that we pay a withdrawal fee. And we pay a withdrawal fee, which is not a revenue stream for the company. That actually pays us very handsomely, albeit that at the start, it's quite an insignificant amount of money. But when you look at the congruency of every element of this commission structure, Huascar really, really has created something very, very unique. And we're only starting. In fact, the company are in the process of preparing for phase 2. So anybody that thinks it's too late, really, your timing couldn't be better, because a lot of the bumps in the road have been ironed out and we're really ready for takeoff. And I can truthfully say that if you apply yourself to this, don't treat it like a hobby. I know it's only $300 to get started, but treat it like a business.